Hey folks,
You want to say something, Master?
I'm
Before?
pretty sure there's going to be a minute before a lot of people join.
Yep. Let's have it on you for now.
You should. You can watch it after the live started over.
Yeah, I know.
Who's on? Who's joined? Started much later.
Yeah, I think you do. Usually
Um,
it just kind of scrolls up.
I can't see people yet. Oh.
Looks like
We can share broadcast.
invite all of his friends.
Should we invite all his friends?
Aww, that's so cute.
Would that be okay?
Yeah, they play really well.
Should we invite all his friends?
Well, people were invited through Facebook already.
Oh, okay, nice.
Oh, see, there's one person watching.
Should I bring them on camera? Oh no, that's it.
I know who that is. Sorry, Mansour.
Yeah, we have one already. Oh, we're sure.
What I would recommend if you can, please just like stand over there and we're getting like the ambiance.
Yes.
That way you're not like getting into people's conversations. Go
Rob,
ahead.
that's it. You just gotta hold it, buddy.
So it's part of the watch too.
That's weird. If it goes off again, the pass to get in, it'll show you the dots. It's a 4.
Good job.
Okay.
It's a 4.
How long am I standing?
Oh, this is how Master just wants the whole ceremony.
The whole ceremony?
Yeah,
I'm
sure.
part of the watch.
You're good.
Do we have another person who can do it?
I'm waiting for Watts. Here you go. Oh, but you can go because I can stay here and shoot.
Sure, I can.
Yeah, no. I'll wait for Watts. Or tell Estrada.
I don't know how long he's gonna stay. He's trying to stay for long.
Okay. We just gotta wait for Watts. Live.
Oh, do we have a ring to hold it? Thank you.
I don't think Watts and Martinez are gonna make it back. I know, I'm just saying.
I don't know. We need somebody. Damn.
I think they're just past the 24-hour check on the way back.
We gotta ask Corporal Jesse or Shores.
I'll talk to them.
Get short.
Is that Shores?
Yeah, sure. I think they might make it if we hold off a couple minutes. They're standing in the front.
Oh, he wants it here. Do you have one? We're gonna have Watts do it, but you have one?
Ladies and gentlemen, please take your seats. The ceremony is about to begin. Please turn off all electronic devices.
Hey, we're just gonna have Watts do it, but
There's no need being on White House guard duty all day. Put it on a stand.
is it like a drag out?
Just push it down.
There you go.
Set it up however you want.
Thank you, sir. Always in collection.
You can make it go up too if you want.
Nice. That's it. Yeah.
I have a copy.
Draft is done, I guess.
Yeah, he can move. Yeah.
What if they got the fancy tripod?
So much to do.
Please ensure all electronic devices are off. Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. On behalf of the commanding officer of the Florence and Support Battalion, Camp Charleston, California, Colonel Sabina K. Luna, welcome to today's retirement ceremony of Master Sergeant Robert E. Durham, in which he will be retiring after 20 years of honorable and faithful service. The retirement official for today's ceremony is Chief Warrant Officer 4, Patricia Pavolian. Ladies and gentlemen, please rise for the invocation given by Pastor James 13 and remain standing for the national anthem.
Heavenly Father, we gather here today with gratitude to honor Master Robert Durham for his many years of dedicated service to our nation. We thank you for the strength, courage, and integrity you have graced him with throughout the 2 decades of honorable service.
gentlemen, please be seated. At this time, taking her position in the reviewing area is the retiring official, Chief Warrant Officer 4, Patricia Babali. Joining the retiring officer is today's senior enlisted leader, retired Sergeant Major Craig Babalian, U.S. Army.
Ready to be awarded and retired. Center. March.
Department of the Navy, this is to certify that the Secretary of the Navy has awarded the Navy and Marine Corps Commendation Medal, Gold Star, in lieu of second award, to Master Sergeant Robert E. Durham, United States Marine Corps, for meritorious achievement while serving as Regional and Installation Staff Non-Commissioner Officer in Charge, Communication Strategy and Operations Headquarters and Support Battalion, Marine Corps Installations West, Marine Corps Base, Camp Pendleton, California, from June 2021 to December 2024. Through his keen understanding and astute application of Marine Corps leadership, Master Sergeant Durham distinguished himself as a highly respected, dependable, and effective staff non-commissioned officer. His professional aptitude, technical acumen, and adroit ability to communicate effectively across varying communities and commands helped ensure the command was postured to provide wide-range communication strategy and operations support through the region. Master Sergeant Durham's adept communication skills led to his appointment as the Commanding General's speechwriter, where he authored over 20 speeches. His contributions were also pivotal in refining and improving regional training scenarios. By his dynamic direction, professionalism, and unwavering dedication to duty, Master Sergeant Durham reflected credit upon himself and upheld the highest traditions of the Marine Corps and the United States Naval Service. Given this 10th day of December 2024, signed K.K. Gino, Colonel, U.S. Marine Corps, Community. Master Sergeant Robert E. Durham was transferred this date from the U.S. Marine Corps to the Fleet Marine Corps Reserve after 20 years of honorable and faithful active service. Given this day, 1 January 2025, signed to Eric M. Smith, Commandant of the Marine Corps. Certificate of Appreciation for service in the Armed Forces of the United States of America, Master Sergeant Robert E. Durham, United States Marine Corps. I extend my personal gratitude and the sincere appreciation of a grateful nation to you for your patriotic service to our country. Your bravery and dedication in our armed forces helped protect your fellow Americans during a critical moment in our history and contributed to a world of greater security and growing prosperity. Your devotion to duty, honor, and country, in keeping with the long traditions of the finest military in the world, embodied the American ideal of selfless service. Our nation owes you an incredible debt. Your commitment and the example you set will inspire future generations to serve with pride and to keep our country secure. You represent the best of our nation, and I join our fellow Americans in saluting your honorable service. I wish you happiness and success in your next chapter. Joe R. Biden, Jr., Commander-in-Chief. Dear Master Sergeant Durham, the Marine Corps has been your occupation and family for many past years, and I am certain the memories, interests, and the future of the Corps will remain with you forever. Many desire to obtain your accomplished goals, but few can compare to you. You have clearly demonstrated the exceptional leadership qualities and professional contributions we seek of our senior Marines. We are proud, as you must be, of your successful career. As a teacher to young Marines, a source of wise counsel, and as an example of those soldierly virtues we so admire, you have made a mark on the Corps that will remain long after you have left our active ranks. There are many young Marines who have influenced you, who will carry on in the same fine tradition that has always characterized the United States Marine Corps. You have my best wishes for good health and continued success in the years ahead. Semper Fidelis, signed Eric M. Smith, General, U.S. Marine Corps, Commandant of the Marine Corps. Dear Master Sergeant Durham, congratulations on your retirement. I want to express my heartfelt thanks for your many years of devoted service to our country and the Corps. You have made tremendous contributions and sacrifices throughout your Marine Corps career, enduring through every challenge and persevering to the end. Our Corps has never been about equipment or accolades, but rather the warfighting spirit that lives deep in our Marines. Your spirit will now live on in those you have mentored, led, and taught. Though you are hanging your uniform up for the last time, our cloth will always have your threads running through it. As you enter this new chapter of life, take pride in all your accomplishments. Your professionalism has set the standard of excellence for your future Marines who will carry on the legacy of the Corps. My wife, Andrea, and I wish you continued success in all your future endeavors. Remember to stay connected as our collective legacy depends on it. Semper Fidelis, Carlos A. Ruiz, 20th Sergeant Major of the Marine Corps. Certificate of Appreciation, presented to Christina L. Durham, for sustained, unselfish, faithful, and devoted support during your husband's distinguished Marine Corps career. Throughout the years, your unwavering concern for your husband's welfare and the welfare of your family ensured that your home remained intact on those countless occasions when the duties of his service required that he be away. Your Marine Corps family acknowledges the many sacrifices that you have made under demanding conditions in order to maintain the integrity of your family. This unfailing support and understanding helped to make possible your husband's lasting contributions to both our nation and a grateful Marine Corps. On behalf of all Marines, I say thank you and Semper Fidelis. Written this day, 28 February 2025, signed Sabina K. Chima, Colonel, U.S. Marine Corps Commanding Officer, Headquarters Support Battalion, Marine Corps Installations West, Marine Corps Base Camp Pendleton, California. Family, you can have your seat. Now being presented are the flowers to the family. Ladies and gentlemen, we will now play a video with remarks from Lieutenant Colonel Jordan Cochran to Mr. Durham.
Hey, hello friends, family, and Marines from Camp Lejeune, from 2nd Marine Expeditionary Force. My name is Lieutenant Colonel Jordan Cochran. I'm sorry I couldn't be there to celebrate Rob's special day with him, but I'd be remiss if I didn't send a video message talking about some of the things that we've gone through. We've known each other about a decade now, which is crazy to say, but I'm standing here in front of the 24th Marine Expeditionary Unit. The newer building now, Rob, ours is torn down, and you wouldn't be able to hear me because of all the construction going on. But I definitely wanted to stand here because this was where we first met. I figured it'd be appropriate to film here. Like I said, I'm sorry I couldn't be there with you today. Our time on the Mew was during a very dynamic period. Not a lot of people know. We earned 2 humanitarian service medals out of that deployment. Going to Haiti on the front end and helping out there, going on our deployment, and then being fortunate enough to help out in Puerto Rico afterwards. So it's a very long deployment. On that deployment, we managed our team of Marines as they went into Syria, Africa, and other places that we can't really name over unclassed networks. You were absolutely the best staff NCO and best friend God could have given me to be by my side during all those times. There's no other way to say it. First and foremost, you gave me and all of our Marines the best guidance at all times. You gave us 100% of yourself. Many of those Marines have gotten out, as you and I both know, but I think you and I both have seen the skills and paths that you helped them get on that continue to lead them throughout their lives. Second, your sense of humor really got us through all the dark times. When we couldn't leave the skin of the ship for days on end, we once hosted about 8 Spanish Navy officers, and on the spot, Rob and I decided that it'd be a good idea to serenade them with an improvised flamenco guitar song. I like to think they appreciated that. I just hope as you close this chapter of your life, that you, Chris, and the kids have the time you need to take a break before you begin on some of the adventures you and I have always talked about. Time for you to be Captain Fantastic. Time for you to explore the many hobbies and passions you have. You'll always be one of my best friends and best examples of a staff NCO. I truly thank you for that. Really excited to see what you do next, Rob. Thank you for everybody that's in the audience there. I really wish I could be with you today. Enjoy your time, Rob.
Ladies and gentlemen, the retiring official, Chief Warrant Officer 4, Trish Babalian, U.S. Army, retired.
Good morning.
Good morning, Leon.
I'm supposed to say a few words, and I really don't know to prepare it because I don't know. I mean, what does Grandma say? Why is this old woman, Grandma, if the kids call me the officiant today? Well, it just turned out that way. We weren't really related. I met Robert in Bagram. I confused Bagram with Balad because I did a full year boots on the ground in Balad before I ever went to Bagram. And I had a stroke last year. So forgive me if I confuse things a little bit here, but I do definitely remember meeting Robert in Afghanistan. He was where he needed to be. I was a kind of an accident because of that first year being in Iraq and then immediately going to Afghanistan. But that was because my husband was at the Joint Theater Hospital and I volunteered to do 2 1-year back-to-back tours, which may have contributed to the stroke and all these other things. But anyways, I just remember because we were in married housing and at Bagram having to live in a little CD-built wooden hut, and Robert and half a dozen Marines all told lived in half of the B hut a couple doors down. And I saw this young, fit, strapped, fun-looking young man, this Marine, commuting almost every day by climbing up a double Pesco barrier and walking across the barrier to wherever it was that he was going to work. And I just thought that was rather interesting, and I managed to catch him one time and we started talking. And I have a son who was a Marine at the time, which is why I had volunteered to go overseas. And he wasn't there, but Robert was, and so he became kind of my adopted son. And from there, it was at Chris's wedding, or I met Chris obviously at the wedding, and then the children came along, and they became my grandkids. And so here I am, Grandma, at this ceremony, and I just, it's been wonderful. Visiting you guys in New me was great. Seeing you when you were out in the Carolinas, when you were in Virginia, great. Just, I'm just pleased and proud to be here and to have supported Delta City and then Oklahoma City. I'm still going to be there and Pullman coordinator and so the whole family. And welcome to the civilian world. And without further ado, it's your turn to talk.
What a crazy day. So, here's a guy who used to write speeches. I wrote 58 of them for general officers, and I didn't write a speech today. Go figure. But I do have some things I want to talk about. First off, thank you for the people that put this together. That's Matthew, First Sergeant Anzola, he's not here right now, all the way down to Corporal Sisse. Thank you for everybody who's attended. Thank you for everybody who's attending online. I figured it was most convenient to get that out fairly early so you could watch. Thanks for taking the time out of your day to share this moment with me. And thank you to my Marine leaders, which is all of you. I call everyone Marine leaders because you can be a Lance Corporal and lead. And back in Afghanistan, you had Lance Corporals leading squads. It's not only one up, one down. We've got a company gunnery sergeant here who's a staff sergeant. We've got a gunnery sergeant here who's filling a master sergeant's billet. It's how Marines operate, and that's why we're diverse in our application of warfare. It allows us to look at different things from different angles, including like commander's intent and all that. I started out in 1999 wearing tricolor camis, a brown t-shirt, boots that you had to shine, brass that you had to shine, starch, where you starch your pants and you could turn them sideways, and the moment you wore them for more than 2 minutes, it was just like you didn't do anything at all. And then I got hurt in boot camp, so there's your broken service. I did like 6 months as a recruit. And so there's no like TRS when you're a recruit, right? When they're like, oh, you're hurt too bad, you can't go train anymore, you're now a civilian. You walk out into the world after 168 days of being an MRP as a recruit, and you're like, staggering around wondering what the heck's going on. Well, I figured, okay, maybe that chapter of my life was over. So I continued on working various jobs. I had a GED, previous med sub. I managed to get some good jobs in like security, and I worked at a mall as a mall cop, believe it or not. That's where I met her for the first time, but not the time that was like consistent later on. I had this like crazy, how some of y'all dudes try to grow mustaches and it doesn't really work out, but you grow them anyway. And it looks like some kind of weird manifestation just kind of growing on your face. That's what I had at that time. And I thought it was the bee's knees, like 10 times worse than Paul Blart ever could be, walking around as a security guard. And I ran into this young lady at the front, and I was shamelessly flirting with her. And I didn't see her sometime later because I was like dating someone else. But I met her again at a party, sort of like, I like this one, And we met later on when we decided to go camping together. That was our first date, so go figure. Chris, there's no way that I could have done this without you. The kids, you are my support, and you missed so much time with me, and I missed so much time with you, and that's not going to happen anymore. So if you didn't know, instead of getting like some GS job or sitting at a desk for the next 30 years, doing the same thing over and over again, I thought, and those of you who know me well would understand this is appropriate for me, I thought it would be a great idea to sell everything that I own or get rid of it and my house in California and move into that thing with my whole family, and we're going to go live in Montana for a little bit. And Colonel, hello.
It's a great idea.
She had this opportunity she brought up once while we were sitting there doing Red Cell, like 12 hours a day, every day, and she's like, I have this ranch, I have this RV park, and I'm like, I saw Captain Fantastic. It was a really cool movie where this guy lives in a bus with his whole family. And you know what? I'm kind of tired of sitting at a desk and looking at a computer screen, and I'm tired of my kids like living their lives on a tablet or whatever. Sorry, kids. And so we're going to go out somewhere in the middle of nowhere and live like that for a little while and go fishing and go hunting and just live life. And then after that, we'll see about whatever kind of job is going to come down the road. But I guess it's a good thing I didn't get that GS thing lined up anyway. Yeah. Good timing. So I did write, honestly, a speech, and then I looked at it, and I realized it was like old man yelling at cloud. Back in my day, we did this, that, and the other. I'm really lucky that I'm getting to leave the Marine Corps on good terms. Like, me and the Marine Corps are good. And it's important that if you do decide to leave service, it's at a time where you're still good with the Marine Corps. If you're sitting around griping and complaining about everything and nothing is the way it used to be and you think the whole world's falling apart, it's already a little too late. If you're like, I'm really happy that I have a job when a lot of people I know don't. I really appreciate the benefits that I get, even though I may not appreciate them at the moment. Then, if you want to transition and you want to do your career or you want to get out, be on good terms with the Marine Corps. Don't be that pissed off guy that all he can talk about is dropping his appendix J. That's the retirement paperwork. And when you see the things that are different, like I could tell you a time that if you tried to walk outside of your barracks room in a green t-shirt with like civilian PT gear on, you wouldn't make it 10 steps before some corporal came along and snatched you up, when corporals were like terrifying. Instead of griping about that, just accept that it's like a new Marine Corps. And a new Marine Corps and a different Marine Corps isn't necessarily bad. We've transitioned throughout history this entire time because we've adapted. And sometimes those adaptations may be for the wrong reasons, but we've adapted. And so you can turn around and also recognize that the young force that we have today is the smartest and brightest we've ever had in the Marine Corps. And there are things that we used to do that we did because we were Marines and not because they were in an order. And we just accepted that because we were better than everyone else. We were better than the Army. We were better than the Navy. Sorry, Chief. Sorry, Major.
No, Semper Fi.
We just did it because we were awesome. We didn't do it because, well, where does it say that in the order? So I want to transition that to a part of my life real quick. So I got this new tattoo. It's a space shuttle. It's in memory of when I was 5 years old and I was sitting on a balcony. It was the first time I've ever been on vacation. My stepdad and my mom went to Florida, and I'm standing on a balcony in Orlando, and there's a TV there, so it's really cool because I'm seeing the same thing on the TV as I'm seeing in real life, and this is like 1985, so that's pretty cool. Big old box TV with the vacuum tubes and all that, and I see this streak going up into the sky. A lot of people were watching this in school. A lot of people here saw it in school on the TV. It's going up and up, and I'm thinking this is like a firework or something, but I'm watching it on the screen. I didn't really know what it was. And it's going higher and higher, and I'm just standing there in awe, and the entire nation is watching this. And then just, boom! Huge thunderclap. And you see these two streaks going in either direction. And that cloud hung there for hours. What had just happened was the Space Shuttle Challenger had just exploded. The crew was alive all the way back down until they hit the ocean. And I just witnessed that. And I went, yes! That is awesome! Wow! That's the most awesome firework I'd ever seen in my life! Because I didn't know any better. And I turned around and my mom was in the fetal position on the couch, or the bed, and I was like, what's going wrong? And she's like, you just watched 7 people cry. So, that tattoo's in memory of them, but what I want to transition this to, because I didn't understand back then, I understood later. NASA was the name of achievement in the United States. It had the smartest people on Earth. I mean, we even brought, 40 years ago, we even brought a bunch of Nazis over and we're like, teach us rockets. Whatever you did, teach us rockets. So we had the best scientists in the world coming together to build these things that would go into space consistently and land. We were beating the Russians. Everything was perfect. And then you had an engineer who said, you know what, I think it would be better if we took a little shortcut here. And nobody said anything. They just let it go by. And then someone else decided to take a shortcut and say, let's put 8 bolts in this part instead of 10 bolts. And it passed QC, and it went by, and nobody said anything. And then, we can work with a smaller staff. We don't need as many of these people because we need to save money for more rockets, so they got rid of those people, and nobody said anything. And then your QC department started to get sloppy. And then you started accepting sub-quality products. And it turned out the reason that the Challenger blew up was because one of the O-rings that was in the rocket booster was not sealed properly. It was missed by the QC people. It was missed by the engineers. Nobody said anything. And you had this horrific disaster that killed a lot of people. The same thing can be said of any organization or institution that allows its standards to drop to a level where it affects the whole. And if you're the one that doesn't say anything about it and doesn't uphold those values, Not because they're written down somewhere, but because some old gunny or some seasoned salty sergeant told you that's what Marines do, that's what you should do. And when you see somebody who falters due to a morale issue or due to a personal issue, you ask them, what's going on, man? How you doing? I noticed you're not wearing your rank today. Did you forget it? And they're like, oh, I was training McMap this morning. You wouldn't have caught me dead without my rank. But I don't get to go, well, I'm the old man. This is the new thing. I have a place I can say, hey, did you forget your rank? You don't have to be like, hey, freaking knife hand, come here. What the hell are you doing? Da-da-da-da-da. You don't have to do that. You just be like, how's it going, man? Because maybe that person forgot. Maybe that person was up until 3 in the morning talking with their family. Maybe this person was, had some problems, and they're just that out of it. So, little hidden secret, the reason that we walk past each other in the morning, a lot of young Marines don't understand that, when you say, good morning, ma'am, or you say, you're a Lance Corporal, and you say, good morning, Sergeant, you think that's some kind of level of subservience that you're supposed to have. Oh, I must greet the higher-ranking person. It's actually one of those things that we've always done because we're Marines, because it tests situational awareness, combat efficiency. If you're walking past somebody and they don't say anything, or let's say it's 2 in the afternoon and they say, good morning, Master Sergeant, they haven't eaten chow, obviously. So what's going on? Why haven't they eaten chow? Why are they not even noticing you? Do they have personal issues? Are they really, really angry or pissed off? There's things that we've always done because we were Marines. And without me going into the whole laundry list, my old man yell at clouds is pretty much, there is a standard, you know what the standard is, you were taught the standard, be proud of it. Because you are the nation's shock troops, you are the nation's 911 force, you are the nation's elite smart warriors. And if you want to stay that way and not blend into the purple joint force, just be like a soldier or an airman, and you're not proud to be a United States Marine, then maybe it is time you hang it up. But if you find that the title of Marine embodies you, and it is part of you, and you are never ever ashamed to say and proclaim that you're a United States Marine, you should probably stick around for a little while. So I have this one thing I wanted to do, and I wanted to give it to the youngest Marine that I think is going to stay in. Show of hands, who's staying in? All right, I got exactly, I know exactly who I want to do this to. All right, this flag, I bought this at the recruit depot as soon as I graduated, and it has been in my pack everywhere I've ever been. Everywhere I've taken a backpack and I had to stay the night, this was with me. This was with me on the ship. This was with me in Iwo Jima. This was with me in Kukuni, Okinawa, Jordan, UAE, some other places, and you always stayed with me. So, please come here. Yeah. This guy right here, he was the construct guy, and he said, you know what? I'm going to become a firefighter, so he did. So, I wrote my name on it, which I hope it isn't too bad in defacing an American flag. I wrote my name on it in my service years. I want you to take this with you throughout your career. And then when it's your time, whether you make this 20 or not, or whether you get out early, I want you to hand this to the youngest Marine that you think is going to stick it out and stay in. It can be whoever the hell you want. It doesn't have to be like the youngest Marine by default. And you write your name on it. Just continue that tradition on the service. It's easy to take things for granted when you work for an installation, right? But as far as our MOS is concerned, I believe it is one of the most important MOSs in the Marine Corps. I believe that there have been some things that I disagree with, just like I disagree with certain ways that the Marine Corps is led, but this isn't the place for that. I will say that it's not the type of job where you get to paint a house, and for the rest of your life in that town, you can drive by the house and go, I painted that house, where you get your dopamine rush from. It's not something where you create telling the enemy, screw you. You're showing a capability. If you're just doing grip and grins, you are showing pride in service and tradition. When you take photos of an artillery piece going off, when you take pictures of how we treat our families, the housing situations, how we're trying to solve the barracks issues, stuff like that. In your mind, if you're like a lance corporal or a corporal, you're like, I don't know what the hell's going on, just tell me where to go. Just point, and that's where I'll go, and that's what I do. But you have to understand that, like, when you put your photos up on divots, and you're believing that nobody's seeing it, believe me, North Koreans are looking at it, Russians are looking at it, Chinese are looking at it, and the stuff that we do boggles their mind. Like, there's countries where you just have to show your house, and they're like, oh my God, this corporal has a car. You know, you look at North Korea, you think every North Korean soldier's got a damn car, right? Point being, I guess, to get kind of brutal here, young Marines, you need to understand that there is a guy in Cambodia, or the Philippines, or UAE, or Jordan, Saudi Arabia, or Yemen, right now, sharpening their kukri or their machete, and all they want to do in life is take your head. So while you're doing the job of the Comstrat Marine on an installation, you need to be ready to fight. Corporal Durham was in a non-deployable billet at Naval Broadcasting Center in Washington, D.C. I was living it up, like 7 colleges around there, partying my butt off, and I get orders. 2 weeks from now, you need to go to Afghanistan. The same thing could happen to you, and it could happen next week. It could happen to them. Remember that. That's all that I ask. And with that, I bid you adieu.
respected and revered. I am loved and I am weak. I have fought in every battle, of every war for morning, of the year. Gettysburg, Shiloh, Appomattox, San Juan Hill, the trenches of Christ, Argonne Fort, Antwerp, Rome, the beaches of Normandy, the mountains of Guam, Okinawa, Tara, Korea, Vietnam, the Persian Gulf, Afghanistan, and a score of other places long forgotten by all, except by those who were there with me. I was there. I led my sailors and Marines. I followed. I watched over. They loved me. I was on a small hill in Iwo Jima. I was battle worn and tired, but my sailors and Marines cheered me. I was proud. I was at Ground Zero in New York City on September 11th as cowardly fanatics attacked America. I was raised from the ashes of once proud buildings by brave firefighters, heroes who risked their lives to save us, showing all that America, although bloody, was up and equal. Those who will destroy me cannot win, for I am the symbol of freedom of one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. I have been soiled, burned, torn, and trampled in the streets of my own country. And when it is done by those whom I have served within battle, it hurts. But I shall overcome, for I am strong. I have witnessed the story bonds of earth, and from my vantage point on the moon, I stand watch over the uncharted frontiers of space. I have been but my finest hour comes when I am torn into strips and use this bandage for my wounded comrades on the field of battle. And I have man on my soul, my faith, my arrogance, and my marine. And when I lie in the trembling arms of a grieving mother at the grave site of her son, I hope.
It's my honor and privilege to, in a couple minutes here, present Master Durham with this large token of our appreciation. It certainly doesn't encompass, everything that he's given us as leaders, as Marines, civilian Marines, junior Marines. I echo Colonel Cochran's comments that every day this man brings out some form of joke for me. And today I try not to laugh and smile. Damn it, every time he got me. field and responsible for newspapers and news broadcasts that you see, and keeping the American public and Marines, for that matter, informed. So what better way than to rip right out of the headlines your career all in one location?
Oh, wow. This is beyond imaginable. Hey, come here. Oh, wow. And even like, you can tell that somebody who understands prints did this. Even the bylines are proper. The pine bids are correct. Oh, okay. Just to keep me on my edge. Yeah, that's fantastic. Like, press stuff was different. Like I said, it wasn't wrong, it wasn't bad. It was different. So the point I was trying to make without being old man yelling at the cloud is that, like, I'm leaving the Marine Corps because not only because I have some health issues with my memory, but because I no longer recognize the cultural landscape of the organization that I joined. That doesn't mean that I'm upset about it. It's just different. Yeah, it's going to keep carrying on, and nobody's going to be able to stop it. But it can't exist without every single one of you. And I wanted to express my thanks definitely to my leadership. And this was going to be unable to make it because he did a meeting. Oh, there he is. He made it. Mr. Smith, thank you very much for your guidance. We went through a lot together, didn't we? And he told me he was going to work me like a fireman. Yeah, he certainly did. But it was all good work, and I definitely laid my head down at night knowing that I earned my paycheck. But I definitely felt like I was in the right place. Like, there's times when you know that you're where you need to be, and Mickey West was definitely one of those. I think that if somebody else was in my place during some of these crises we had, I'm not sure how well it would have gone. You know, Mr. Lopez's expertise is unquestionable, and having him along helped me get to this point as well. So, if I missed out anybody, somebody that showed up late and I didn't see arrive, there we go. Ryan Gardner back there with his awesome facial hair. And I'm taking his spot and I learned a lot from him along the way. And then I want to thank my cousin Mark, Dr. Mark Anderson, traveling all the way across the country just for this. And of course, Christian Craig for the review line. So anybody else who traveled that I'm not aware of, just go up and say hi and the pages and let them know. And that's all I have. Thank you from the very bottom of my heart. Denny Morris here is like, I just gotta say that, like, the moment you arrived, we had a little bit of metal on metal, I think, when we arrived, but we sat down and we hashed it out. Just because you disagree with somebody doesn't mean that you can't continue on or something like that. We worked it out, and now we're like fist bump. And if she wasn't there on stuff like remembering appointments, getting the Marines to do things and stuff, and also being like the translator for the Master Sergeant. So like the Master Sergeant says something that's pretty much incoherent to like a Lance Corporal, and she'd be able to translate that, or at least translate it for the Staff NCO and the Staff Sergeant, and then translate it all. That's kind of how that works. She's a master at that, and her administrative acumen is unbelievable. So again, thank you very much for being my sidekick and being the leader that you are, despite like whatever the circumstances were going on around you. You knew your place as a leader, and you knew what was effective. And you knew what was still carried on and proved to be effective. That's all I have. Pizza, Coke, please. Thank you. Thank you so much. Okay.